Are you rich? If you're like most people, the answer is no, and the odds are you never will be. It's a tough pill to swallow, but the economic system we live in is unbroken. It's actually working exactly as it was designed to. From wages that feel like they're stuck in the past, to student debt that follows you for life, and housing costs that seem to reach for the moon. It feels like the game was rigged before we even got a chance to play. Today, we're diving deep into why building wealth is harder than ever, and how the once shining American dream has turned into a waking nightmare for so many. Let's start with your paycheck. Ever feel like you're running on a treadmill, working harder but never getting any further? You're not imagining it. Since the 1970s, something fundamental has shifted. If wages had kept pace with productivity and inflation, the average worker would be earning significantly more today. But they haven't. Instead, all that extra value created by workers has been funneled upwards, straight into the pockets of executives and shareholders. Why did this happen? A big part of the story is the decline of unions. In their heyday, unions fought for and won better wages, benefits, and working conditions for millions. As union membership plummeted, so did the collective bargaining power of the average worker. This left individuals to negotiate on their own against massive corporations, a battle they were almost always destined to lose. At the same time, megacorporations began to dominate every sector of the economy. These giants can leverage their immense scale to crush smaller competitors, drive down prices for suppliers, and keep wages low. Think about it. When one or two companies control an entire industry, where else are you going to work? This lack of competition doesn't just hurt employees. It stifles innovation and kills the small businesses that were once the backbone of local communities. The corner store, the family-owned restaurant, the local workshop, they've been replaced by global chains that extract wealth from a community rather than circulating it within it. This concentration of corporate power creates a vicious cycle where a few companies get richer and more powerful, while everyone else is left fighting for the scraps. Now, let us talk about the single biggest engine of wealth creation for the middle class throughout history: homeownership. For generations, buying a home was the primary way families built equity and passed wealth down to their children. It was a tangible piece of the American dream. Today, for millions of young people, that dream is completely out of reach. Housing prices have skyrocketed, far outpacing wage growth. In many major cities, even a well-paying job isn't enough to afford a down payment, let alone a monthly mortgage. And it's not just about affordability. Private equity firms and wealthy investors are buying up single-family homes, turning them into rental properties and further shrinking the supply for regular buyers. When the main path to building wealth is blocked for an entire generation, you create a permanent renter class, unable to build equity and secure their financial future. This isn't just an economic problem, it's a social crisis that deepens the divide between the haves and the have-nots. So, where is all the money going? The numbers are staggering. The richest 1% of the population consistently captures the vast majority of all new wealth created each year. This isn't an accident, it's by design. The tax system is a key part of this. While you and I pay taxes on our income from labor, the ultra-rich make most of their money from capital gains, the profits from selling stocks, bonds, and other assets. These are taxed at a much lower rate than regular income. Add in a universe of sophisticated loopholes, offshore accounts, and armies of lawyers and accountants, and it becomes clear that many billionaires end up paying a lower effective tax rate than their own secretaries. This system allows wealth to compound for those at the top, while draining public funds that could be used for education, infrastructure, and healthcare, the very things that could help others get ahead. We're often told that education is the great equalizer, the key to social mobility, but is it really? Elite universities, often seen as a gateway to success, are overwhelmingly populated by students from wealthy families. Legacy admissions, expensive private tutors, and the high cost of tuition create a system that favors the already privileged. A student from a top 1% family is 77 times more likely to attend an Ivy League school than a student from a bottom 20% family. Similarly, the financial advisory industry, which promises to help you grow your wealth, primarily serves those who already have significant assets. If you don't have a few $100,000 to invest, you're often left with hi-fi retail products or no advice at all. These institutions, which are supposed to promote opportunity, often end up reinforcing existing class structures. This brings us to the harsh reality of social mobility. The United States, the land of opportunity, now has one of the lowest rates of social mobility in the developed world. A child born into a low-income family has a depressingly small chance of ever reaching the top. Why? Because the biggest predictor of your wealth isn't how hard you work, it's how wealthy your parents are. Inherited wealth, and the exclusive social networks that come with it, provide a massive head start that most people can never overcome. The myth of work hard and get rich is just that, a myth. For the vast majority, the reality is working harder than ever just to stay afloat. The game is rigged through capital gains, inherited fortunes, and closed-door networks that keep the rich rich and leave everyone else running in place. So if you've ever looked at your paycheck, your rent, and your debt and wondered why you can't seem to get ahead despite doing everything right, now you know. You're not failing. The system is failing you. It was designed to concentrate wealth at the very top, creating a treadmill for the middle class and a ladder for the elite. Understanding these hidden mechanics is the first step. It's not about giving up, it's about recognizing the brutal truth of the economic game we're all forced to play. Thanks for watching, and if this video opened your eyes, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown.